Hello and welcome to the Sports Pitch Podcast, episode number 3. It's good to have you all here with us. We're all excited to be here. And yeah, we're going to start off as we always do. What's going on here?
Man,
if you guys are going to talk amongst yourselves, you've got to share with everyone.
No, it's just episode 3.
Oh yes, 3.
Have we
Three,
actually started? I'm so confused.
Yes, we've started.
We're live, bro. We're running. We're rolling.
I don't know if you're joking.
Yeah, we're rolling. We're rolling, brother. All right? Episode 3.
3 guys, 3.
So we're here. Start off as always, NRL breakdown. Big week in the NRL. A lot of upsets.
Odd week.
Yes, very odd. Like, bro, out of 7 tips so far, we are filming this on the Sunday, so the Tigers-Eels game is yet to happen. But again, in my tipping competition, I've got 1 tip right.
One?
1 tip right.
Why'd you get 1?
1 tip
I've
right.
got 2. Why'd you?
Yeah, I tipped the Bulldogs.
Tip the Bulldogs.
I would have tipped them as well.
Did you?
They're a good side, eh?
We are. We should have been closer than what
The
it was.
score
but we'll
reflects
talk
their
about it.
talent.
No, it doesn't. Let's not start now. Do you tip Rabbitohs?
Yes.
So you tipped Latrell Mitchell. Okay, sweet. All right, so to start off, first game of the round.
Hey
You get
guys,
to
I'm
talk-
Moe by the way, and that's Billy.
Oh, yeah.
They know who we are now. I didn't introduce myself.
Yeah, anyway, continue.
Okay, so first game of the round, Storm, Roosters. Go ahead, man. Let it out.
A poor performance.
Is that what you put it down to?
A poor performance. And I put it down to Radley's
Radley.
Disgusting.
stupidity.
Yeah.
I'm actually over him and Jared doing shit like this. I can say shit, right?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
We've been swearing for the past month.
Yeah, but I'm sensible,
weeks.
that's why.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, so this year's happened a lot between teams where one of their more professional players get sin bin and then the game just turns around. And Radley was that person.
No, Radley's been that person.
Well, it's him and Jared most of the time.
It's been a constant part of his game.
Yeah, you've got Jared who's sort of pulled up.
Jared's calmed down.
Like against the Rabbitohs when they were all fighting, he was telling him like calm down.
Yeah, he's calmed
Jared's
down.
playing for a contract right now. He's playing out of his.
Yeah.
I reckon Jared's playing for let me just end my career on a high.
Yeah.
Try to get to a grand final.
But Victor Radley, what's going through his head? Bro?
I have no idea.
There's no words to describe why is he doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I know. But other than the Radley thing, I think Munster did things that we should not have seen that day.
They always continues to do things.
We spoke about it last week, how good he was.
And yeah, then again this week proved it again.
The guy's a freak.
I honestly thought we'd beat them and comfortably this
Yeah,
week.
I tipped you.
I tipped
Yeah,
yours.
I think
Again,
everyone
I've
tipped
only got
Roosters.
1 tip right.
Yeah, reflects our tipping. I got 2 by the way.
Yeah, shows our knowledge while we're doing a podcast. But I was embarrassed by that performance, and I was called in sick to work the next day.
It was very bad, but the Storm looked.
They look
really,
really good. They look like they're finding their groove now.
We before the season kicked off, we put them in the bottom 8 of the competition.
Yeah.
If they keep playing the way they're playing,
It's
surely
just
top 4.
It's just does Munster stay fit? If Munster stays fit, they're a grand final chance.
Yeah, like Jerome did nothing.
No, Jeremy
never does anything.
It's
He's
just
just a
Munster.
Munster.
It's Munster. All right, so Bulldogs, Rabbitohs. 16 Bulldogs, Rabbitohs 50.
We'll let you take this one.
All right, I've got a lot of things to talk about here, so just get comfortable, grab some popcorn, and get ready. All right, I want to start off with the NRL referees. This is directed straight at the NRL referees. They have no idea what they're doing all week, not just our game, all week. Mistake after mistake after mistake. Calls that, you'd think, okay, this is a penalty. No, it isn't. Oh, that's not a penalty. It is a penalty. Every single game this week had some sort of refereeing problem, refereeing issue, a refereeing mistake, and it's just getting out of control. Like, the game was, okay, I understand. I thought, I tipped the Bulldogs because I'm a Bulldogs fan, okay? But I did think the Rabbitohs were going to win. I thought it was going to be a close game. All right,
You know the way they started off, I thought Bulldogs were a chance.
we scored the first
Yeah.
try. We scored the first try, and off our first touch of the ball, we scored.
Yeah.
Right? And then what happens was, Adokar gets injured. It's got nothing to do with anything. The Rabbitohs, like any good team would do, they targeted that side and they ran riot. 26 points in that first half, every single point coming down that right side. They just ran straight through us. I had Alamori on the wing who's...
No idea.
Bro, I didn't know
No
where his
idea.
head is and his asshole is, man. He was so confused. Okay? They just ran right down that side. We went into halftime, it was 26 to 6. Right? 26 to 6. We come out, Ciraldo got I think he spoke to him, told him what he wanted to see, and they came out, we scored 2 tries pretty quickly after that break. Right? What happens after that? It's
Hip drop.
it's 26-16.
Hip drop.
We're coming back into it, and the hip drop penalty gets called. Now, was it a hip drop?
Look, I could comfortably say I hate the Bulldogs and I love when you guys lose. That wasn't a hip drop.
Oh, no way.
That
Clearly
was
pulling at the ball, clearly.
never a hip drop. Now, another
Barely
question.
makes contact with his legs anyway.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
grabs his. But so, do you know what a hip drop is?
Yeah, it's when you like use your hip to drop onto the back of their leg.
I have no idea what it is. I thought I did. I have no
Oh,
idea.
I don't think the
'Cause-
refs know what it is these days.
Because 2 penalties, the Dragons one. I don't think that was a hip drop.
The Dragons won.
No, I think he just flung around. I don't think he grabbed and put his weight on.
No,
his,
there
on
was
the
one
back of
where
his
he-
legs.
they
The
did.
last one where they didn't sin bin him.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
that was a hip drop.
I don't think that was a hip
Oh
drop.
wow, I thought it was.
You reckon it was?
I reckon it was.
I don't think it was a
I
hip
don't think
drop.
it was either.
I thought hip drop. What I think hip drop is, they hold the hip, like they're holding the player,
down.
and then all their weight on the back of their legs. Now Preston was going for a run-on strip back to the Bulldogs game. He's going for a one-on-one strip. Doesn't even get the one-on-one strip. Right, falls off. Okay, connects with his leg, but nowhere near a hip
That
drop.
wasn't.
They go down the field on 5th tackle. They drop the ball. The ref stops the game.
I can't.
You know
I
what?
can't believe
Yeah.
that is happening in our game today.
And it was last week against the Roosters as well.
2
Yeah, it
weeks in
happened.
a row. How you blow a penalty when the infringement happens?
Then and there.
You don't let a whole set go on,
Oh, if you
and then
see-
when the team that has the advantage makes an error or
mistake,
whatever,
you
you
bring
blow
it
the
back.
penalty. You can't do that.
Yeah, so it's just you seen. I think it was Isaiah Thompson. He was on the floor. Why don't you stop the game there and check it? They waited till the Rabbitohs made a mistake, brought it back, penalty,
Just gave him another
and
set.
a sin bin.
What does that come down to? Is he letting an advantage play, or is he? Gonna
There's
blow the
no
penalty?
advantage, but that's where becoming rugby union.
Yeah, exactly.
But you see, last year the refs they were doing that. They weren't taking it back.
No.
Oh mate, you're on report. End it there. Move on.
That's it.
How do you give Rabbitohs a whole set
So
to
if
score?
they scored, what happens if they scored?
Exactly. He doesn't get sin bin, I reckon. To be honest with you.
That set? It's just man.
No,
it's,
that's stupid.
it's-
It's
it was
either
such
you
a
let the
bad
game
call.
play, or you call the infringement then and then.
But
You
it
know?
wasn't. That's the thing. It wasn't even an infringement, and they had a chance to look at it, and that's the decision they came up with. And straight after the game, the charges got dropped.
Yeah.
He's not getting suspended because even the people that were looking at it said this is not a.
I think the bunkers just scared of controversy. Like they just it's a hip drop, just
Yeah,
give
but
it.
they're making it for themselves.
And they're
at
making
this
it
point.
worse. Of course they are. Yeah.
At this point, they're making it harder for themselves. Anyway, so Preston gets Simbin 26-16 at that time. At that point,
And then it just starts.
floodgates opened. Addo Carr was off. We had no one. We had a second row defending in centre, a centre defending on the wing, and then we were players short on that side as well. They ran riot, and
Let's not mention the injuries he had even before the game kicked
yeah,
off.
a lot of injuries. But that's footy, man. Every team gets injured. But then they ran riot. Latrell Mitchell, when he had to stand up, stood up. But again, like we said last week, right here against the better teams,
There's nowhere to be seen.
he goes so quiet.
Nowhere to be
Against
seen.
the teams that they are, expected to be,
He's a superstar.
he pops off. And that's what he done. But let's see him do that. And again, me and you tipped the Rabbitohs to win the grand final. They will not win the grand final if he stays in his shell and doesn't want to, get more
If he's
involved.
only playing 10 minutes of an 80-minute game, there's no way.
there's no way they're winning a
Like
cup.
you see how you see how the media jumped on him.
Yeah.
Oh, they loved him.
bro.
Mate, they were posting him doing like different celebrations. Like
It pissed me
Oh,
off.
man.
It pissed me off. But this game, honestly,
I'm
like
glad you know how I feel now.
11-3 penalty count as well. And if there were head high tackles and they're calling head highs, I'll understand. But they're calling I think it was 7 or 8 were crowding the play the ball. Both teams do the exact same thing. Every week they do the exact same thing. Why is this one a penalty and that one isn't? Tell me the difference. Show me two side by side and tell me this is a penalty and this one isn't. They can't do it.
They can't,
It's pick and choose. 11-3. And the NRL referees honestly have to pick their game up because they're destroying a game that we grew up loving. They got rid of the shoulder charge. Okay, we get it. Okay, there was a lot of dangerous things. A lot of people were getting injured. We get it. They got rid of the beef, man. Even fighting, right? They used to allow express their emotions, get it out. If someone's being a grab, they hit them. And it G's up the fence. They got rid of that. Okay, we get it. They shouldn't be fighting. And now they're,
Off-field referee.
any contact with the head, even if it's accidental. We said in the Broncos game, even if it's accidental, penalty. We said,
yeah, that's a power one.
yeah, we'll talk
Oh.
about it. We'll talk about it. And now the hip drop thing. What's a hip drop? No, they can't even tell you what a hip drop is. They're bringing in so many rules, and they're just destroying the game that we grew up loving and watching and playing.
And it only gets worse from here. It's not going to get better. Look, they don't even know the rules anymore, I feel like.
The
They're
rules-
just blowing anything they like. Oh, yeah, we'll give this one a penalty. No, we'll let that one go. The Dragons game, when we get to it, there was a little like there was a biff that happened in it. and
No one got sin bin.
No one got sin bin.
Yeah, and punches were thrown.
Yeah.
What he's doing.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
I enjoyed it, but be consistent with your
yeah.
calls.
Yeah, it's not consistent. And anyway, they're making it so much harder to watch and enjoy, and it's killing the game. Anyway, so that's the Rabbitohs. They deserve the win, man. They played what's in front of them, 50-16.
You can't take the win off.
No. Good on them, man. They deserved it. But the NRL referees, my issue is with the referees. They've got to pull their game up because they are destroying such a great game.
Oh, but to be honest, the referee's doing right. It's the bunker that's overriding everything.
It's both. It's both.
Yeah, but the refs are trying.
Yeah. So anyway, next game, Cowboys Dolphins.
That was a good game.
It was a very good game, very
Very good
entertaining.
game.
Now me and you've said Cowboys.
Every week we said on the
Yeah,
podcast.
but me and
so-
we said Cowboys aren't making the top 8. But every week I tip them.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I keep tipping them.
You know the only reason I think we tipped them, the Dolphins have no
Oh, yeah, the
halves.
Dolphins had
have
no one.
halves. And a few of their forwards are out.
But you know what this shows? Who took over? Who was a halfback? Nicarima.
Yeah.
Just shows how fucking shit Milford is. He gets
One
dropped.
game Milford plays, they get pumped by
They
the
got
Dragons.
pumped. What's it? Nicarima comes in.
Get some,
He's-
get some
He
on
actually
their feet.
performed
He's
pretty
played
good.
half his career, the other half a hooker. Comes in and bro steered the team around the park. Katoa, he was the main kicker. Played so well.
It baffles me how we all tip the Cowboys, by the way.
Yeah,
don't
I
know
say
how.
it every week. I like to toot my own horn. I told you Cowboys ain't gonna make top 8.
You do,
But I keep tipping them. Anyway, so
much to say
it was a
about
great
that one. It was a
performance.
good
The
game.
Hammer.
The Hammer's just
always.
scoring every week.
Yeah, but he's playing. He's
playing out of his mind,
Bro,
yeah,
my
yeah.
biggest problem with him when he was with the Cowboys was he was lazy.
No, now he's everywhere.
Oh, you
he
can't be
gets
lazy
involved.
under.
Bro, he
under-
follows the
Wayne
ball.
Bennett, yeah.
Wayne
he would've let
Bennett?
you get away
No
with it.
way. You're getting dropped straight away if you're lazy.
And that's
under
why
Wayne Bennett.
Milford pre-season. He's seen him in a pre-season game and he said, "Nah, no way. I'm giving this 9-10-year-old a chance before you."
Yeah, 100%.
Because he's seen how lazy he was. So great win by the Dolphins in the
was
All
a good
Queensland
game.
Derby. And yeah, they get the victory and they keep marching forward, man. Wayne Bennett goes from strength to strength and the Cowboys, they're not making the 8.
They lost the Hammer and they've gone downhill from there. Maybe the
Hey.
Hammer was the difference.
You know, Todd Payton in his press conference said something about the Hammer. I didn't watch it, but did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
He said something like they asked him like, "How do you feel about losing the Hammer?" I didn't get to see his answer.
No, I didn't see it. But yeah, it was a big loss. They weren't even using him last year. He was coming off the bench for him.
Yeah,
but look,
literally.
he's killing it right now. Anyway, next game, Panthers versus Manly. This was scary.
I think it just shows Manly had a good preseason, started off well, but now I think that was their true self.
You don't see this as Penrith,
Penrith.
just flexing their muscle.
Yeah.
I think it was Penrith. man.
It's Penrith flexing their muscle 100%. But Manly, we all thought, wow, like everyone was talking about him. You know, Tommy Turbo did absolutely nothing. They shut him down.
Quiet.
They shut everyone down.
Yeah, no, I think
Ola
it was,
Kawatu, one of the best second rowers in the game so far, like
I
this
think
year.
I think it was Panthers.
But that's
bro.
what Penrith do.
Yeah, that's what they
pick
do.
your top tier players and they just shut
Everyone
them down.
everyone wrote him off after the first 2 weeks, plus the preseason when they lost every game. Now look at him. Nathan Cleary's found form again,
Oh, he's-
grand final form.
They're playing.
Right
They're
next
playing. Bro, it's 2 weeks in a row, and they look untouchable right now.
That's scary. It's
They
getting
look
scary. Yeah.
so good. Like Manly is a good team with firepower all over the park. Bro, they shut them down. Tom Travojevic, I think he scored at the end.
It was a shit try from a
Yeah,
kick. Like
yeah.
I'm not going.
But how
That's what I'm saying,
entertaining are they to watch?
Who?
Penrith? When
Yeah,
they're in form,
they're-
how entertaining
They're
are they
very
to
good to watch, but they're
You know what? I
can't
realized
like
that
them.
game. Cleary and Hines play the same. Every single tackle, they get the ball and they just want to run.
That's
yeah,
what
they
you
play
They
what's in
love
front of
it.
them.
You need that from a half.
But
They
there's
play
not
what's in front of
name
them.
another half other than them two that do it. No one does it.
Kyle Flanagan.
Hey, look,
The
we had
Uber driver.
controversy of it. We won't go back there, but
Uh,
good on Cleary, man. Like he's doing well.
You know who else plays in front of him? And it's the next game. But they lost, but still. Adam Reynolds.
Yeah.
Adam Reynolds plays like that. He looks up, plays what's in front of him, kicks when it's the perfect time to kick, passes when it's hardly ever chooses the wrong option. But yeah, that's what makes the champions
100%.
halves.
Which is why it's baffling that they lost to the Raiders.
Yeah, man, what a performance. So we'll move on to that. Broncos 14, Raiders 20 at Suncorp. First loss of the game. Do you want to say the
Of
line?
the
Do
year, sorry.
you want to say the line?
What? No.
No, you don't want to say the line?
I think he knows what
it.
it is.
I forgot it.
The undefeated have been defeated.
Yeah, that's the one. Undefeated have been
You can
defeated.
take that. Use it as your Facebook status. All right. Anyway, so Broncos Raiders.
Okay,
They looked.
I watched that game.
Yeah.
That's the Raiders we know.
Yes, but that's the Raiders that you don't know who's going to show
Why
up.
is that the Raiders
that's
you know? Because Wyden is not there.
Yes.
The controversy is not in their head.
Oh,
They're
Right,
playing-
they got out. They
contro-
played so
the
well.
controversy is still there, but
it's not there.
Rapana just
Yeah, Rapana played so
him
well.
and Croker.
Croker,
and-
yes,
and
comeback.
Papa Li'i, their
first game in a long
Their
time.
leadership skills showed that game.
And Tarpany was missing as well, man.
And I thought when Tapani was gone, I thought
Yeah, I thought
Broncos
it was
run
over.
riot.
Even before that, the Broncos of this year were never going to lose to the Raiders of this year.
Yeah, but we all know that Raiders, when they turn up, they turn up.
Yeah.
Like,
They
they're
do.
a hard team to beat. It's like when Roosters versus them, I know it's not going to be an easy game.
Yeah.
They'll turn up until you got to beat them a bit.
Yeah, the Raiders played very well. Man, Rapana,
good on
I
him,
think he
man.
scored a double. 2 very good tries. He's a very good winger, man. He's always been a good winger. He's just had the error in his game. Bro, when his form kicks in,
Oh, when he turns
is-
up, he turns
He's
up.
such a good player, such a good finisher, such a good ball runner. Like he's very, very slippery. He's so awkward to
And you know what?
tackle.
Fogarty played really well as well.
Fogarty's a very good player.
Yeah, he's.
We were talking
I write him
yesterday.
off a lot, but
We were talking yesterday with one of the boys, and they said, who would you take as a halfback? Like, they're like
yeah, Fogarty.
someone other than Brooks, like you can take right now. I said
Can you
Mitchell
stop saying
Pearce.
Brooks? You stop
I'm just
saying.
I'd like Brooks. I think it'll work. Anyway, don't worry about it. Mitchell Pearce and Fogarty. I think they will do wonders at the Bulldogs. But yeah, so I do rate Fogarty high enough. Now the big controversy out of this game. 3 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah.
Bomb goes up from Reynolds. Bomb goes up and Rapana's underneath it, right in front of the post, 10 meters out. Drops it. So he catches it, sorry, and as he's falling, Martin Tapau chasing, his knee collects him in the head.
Biggest load of shit. How do you give that a penalty?
Yeah, that's never a penalty.
Like Tapau's meant to chop off his knee.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can't penalise a player every time a player gets hurt.
Yeah.
You can't do it. He barely nicked him. He can't go anywhere with his knee. Where's he going to his knee's not just
They
going
wanted
to
him to
disappear.
disappear. They wanted him to fucking literally go poof.
Rapana fell to the ground. What's he supposed to do? Shove his knee up
And
his
you can
ass? He's not
see,
going to fucking.
and
he's not gonna go
Tapau was bracing. Tapau starts to brace.
Yes,
Of
there was
course.
a big injury. Like he was rattled. Rapana was absolutely
Yeah,
rattled.
Rapana was
But what do you
fucked.
want Tapau to do? If he jumps, he kicks him in the head.
That's my point.
You
You
can't-
can't
like-
penalise a player every time someone gets hurt. It
Bro,
just
it's a
doesn't happen.
contact sport. It's a fucking contact sport.
Oh, look, like we said before, they're never going to get this right.
Bro, when I seen that, I'm
Just
like,
over it.
straight out, just give him fucking tags. Let's play fucking Oz tag.
So it's
You
going to
might
turn to
as well.
touch. What I'll say?
You
I'll say
might
too
as well-
brutal.
Yeah, that's too much contact. You might as well. It was so
contact.
fucked. The refereeing is, bro. How does it get worse every year? And like, we're the only sport. Rugby league is the only major sport that every year we bring in a fucking whole host of new rules, and we keep making the game so much harder to fucking watch. You see that? That was the Broncos, bro. 3 minutes to go. That happens. He dropped the ball. Broncos get the ball back. I think picked it up. K-Ball picked it up.
He scored, yeah.
Should be a
Good.
try. Any
It,
day of
sh-
the week.
it should have been a try. Oh, what I think is if a player gets knocked out,
Let them play the ball there.
let them play the ball. That's first, let them play the ball. But bro, to give a penalty for an accident, it had no malice in it. The referee said it was
Accidental.
no, not accidental.
Malicious.
Careless.
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 Yes, they said it was careless. Careless contact to the head.
New definition
what
for careless
What
then,
the
I
fuck did you want
guess.
him to do? You want to stop running? If you want to stop running, you know what your brother said to me? He's a Broncos fan, by the way. Shout out. You told me to say this, but it's a very good point.
My brother said it.
It's a very good point. I swear to God. He's like, you know what they should start doing? I'm like, what? When they're running the ball, dive at their legs. Get a penalty.
Yeah, you might as well.
Dive at players' legs. It's so true.
Well, you might as well.
If they're penalising that, let's exploit it. Let's dive at players' legs, get knocked out. That's a penalty for us. It's ruining the game. But anyway, so it finished. It marred what would have been a very, very good way to end that game. But at the end of the day, Raiders 20, Broncos 14.
Yeah.
All right, move on. Titans, Dragons. Some might say an upset. I think it's an upset. I had the Dragons winning, especially what they've done in round 2.
I don't
We
think
should
it's
have
upset.
won.
You think
I
Titans
think
are gonna win?
Titans, yeah.
Who'd you tip?
I tipped Dragons because I was convinced, but I always said Titans will win.
Yeah.
Like our producer, Titan, he kept saying Dragons win. I kept telling him, like, why? There's no reason you will win. I kept just, Dragons don't look like they can win a game like that. You look like you could beat the Bulldogs,
No,
Tigers.
that's a game
and
we,
that.
But
we
Titans-
should win. We
But
beat
why?
them
But
before.
Titans
why-
aren't a good team.
Why?
They're not the best team.
No.
Mate, their team shit on paper, it's actually pretty scary.
No, I think their halves aren't the best.
Oh, their halves, yeah, but
yeah, but that's who controls you.
their forwards run
I
riot.
reckon on paper we've got a better side than them.
I think they do.
Besides
too.
what, Fafita?
I think their backs aren't
You got
very good.
Feta, you got Tino, you got
Their forward
Sami's
pack's
good.
good. Yeah,
Khan-
Sammy's a flip a coin, man.
Yeah.
No, what did you see him today? He killed it.
Yeah.
Sammy is flip a coin.
Khan would be the. Oh, he's alright, but
No,
he
he's
doesn't do
fucking
much.
shit.
He
Don't
doesn't do
fucking
much.
start me with
There's
that
not
cunt.
much
I
to
put
say
him in my
about
super coach team.
I can't say
10
much about
points.
What do you
that.
think I did?
Did you play? You didn't play.
I played him.
Well, he got like 12 points, didn't he?
He's fucking rubbish. He only scores.
Oh, my back did so shit.
The only time he scores big on Supercoach is when he scores a try. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about.
Not much to say about this game. We can skim past
Yeah,
it.
so
It was average,
a few refereeing calls in that.
It was.
Like
but
that fight that you were talking
the
about.
fight, yeah.
Full fists, flooded.
Even a two-on-one strip
one got
from Sloan that just got, and we got penalised after
Yeah.
that, because the 2-on-1 strip happened, and then the fight literally broke out right afterwards, and then we got penalised for Sewer running in. The 2-on-1 strip got overlooked. Everything got overlooked.
Fist got overlooked.
You
ran in, penalty against
Man,
you.
fuck, these refs are just...
No,
it's too much.
It's fucked. And then we go to the
Knights Warriors.
6 o'clock game today. Okay, so Knights Warriors, 34-24. Bro, the Knights, they just keep turning up.
Where the hell are they finding this form?
I don't know.
Is it a Ponga curse?
I think they're not relying on someone like Ponga anymore.
That's
No,
so they can
Lockie
play free.
Miller
But
is
the-
popping
but there's no
off.
one in their team where they can say like, oh, we can rely on this guy.
Yeah, give him the
like
ball.
Storm have Munster,
Yeah.
Roosters have Tedesco and Manu, all this stuff. They have no one to say, give the ball to him. Let's make him.
But
Let
I
him make a
think that's
difference.
what's good. They're not relying
That's
on
what it
anybody.
is. Yeah, the whole team needs
The
to
whole
play.
team's playing so well. Their forward pack's performing. Frizzell's looking like Frizzell of old.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's running so
He
hard.
looks 60, but he's playing like he's 20.
He's
Like,
running so hard, man. You got Phoenix Costin played 5'8" today. I think he got 3 tries. He
played well.
killed it.
Yeah.
And the Warriors again, they were down by 20 points. I think in the
Yeah,
first half.
that's one thing they need to do. They need to stop this
Yeah, they can't start
letting tries go out and
yeah.
coming back in second
gotta-
half.
I think it was.
It's a third week in a
It was
row.
bound to happen to them. The Warriors were bound to get a loss.
Yeah, without a comeback. But man, they tried. They fought hard.
That's the thing,
man.
yeah, like I said this when they beat the Sharks. When they go down by 20 points, they don't buckle.
Yeah.
It's we keep playing our way. And they come back, but just...
But you can't
Yeah,
do
it
that.
was too
See,
much.
they start so shit, and then they end the game on a high. Whether the Dragons, they start on a high, and then they
Yeah,
they
you
just
just
go
every week
backwards.
you do the same.
It's the same thing with them, like but opposite.
But yeah, so I had the Knights coming second last in my predictions, but they are proving me wrong.
Look, the top 8 looks very weird right now.
yeah.
It does.
Give it another like 5-6 weeks, we'll see where we're going.
We'll
Yeah.
suss it out. After Origin, after
Should
Origin,
balance it out.
After
Origin,
Origin,
you'll
yeah.
see the top 8
It should
usually
balance
sticks
out.
that way.
Yeah, it should balance it.
And something different to end the NRL review, I should say. A prediction. Tigers Eels. We are filming this on a Sunday. They play tomorrow. Who do we have? Tigers Eels.
I'm gonna go out and say it. All our teams have lost this week,
Yeah.
except for one of the boys. His team always loses. Is it about time they win?
Tigers.
Tigers get the win.
I'll tip the Eels.
Yeah, safety.
Because they're meant to win, but I think Tigers win.
There is no fucking way the Tigers win. They're so fucking bad.
They'll find a way this week.
I just cannot
Doing
see
back
it.
to 5'8"
Doing back to 5'8" is big.
can help. Who's fullback is Stain?
Yeah,
Staines
Staines.
fullback.
That's a big error.
That pisses me
Where's
off.
But then
Laurie?
Lo-
But
no,
Tim,
but
you
then
can't.
Laurie
Tim
done.
Shane's pisses me off.
What
Well,
did
you
Dan Laurie
can't bring
do? What did
Laurie
Dan
back.
Laurie do?
I know, look,
He
he
went
like,
right
the,
there.
the Instagram thing.
When they got thumped, he went out and started liking all the videos of them conceding tries against the Broncos, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. Staines is not a fullback. They'll bomb to him. They'll Gutherson
No,
drop
he's
top
got,
of him.
he'll probably
Staines is
catch
not a
it.
first grade player.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, but you leave him on the wing because he's fast. The Ferrari they call
You
him.
can leave him on
He's
the
not
wing.
even fast, bro. He might have been fast when he was playing under 8s. And he got that nickname then, the Forbes Ferrari. But he's not
The
even
what
fast now,
Ferrari?
the Forbes. Cause
I don't even
He
know
plays Forbes?
who even
from
called
Forbes.
him that. I don't know. Was it
Probably
probably
called himself
Vossi?
that, but
No, it's probably Vossi.
like,
bro.
I
He's
tried to call myself
Vossi just,
Flex.
yeah, no, Vossi
Don't
froze
bring
these
that
out.
up, please.
Vossi froze these out there.
Yeah, Vossi probably gave it.
Flex.
It's like that, bro. I tried to
That
get
has been
nickname.
deleted out of my mind. I don't want to know about it.
That lasted 2 weeks.
But look, I think we all want Tigers to win.
Yeah.
If you're not Eels
I
supporter,
want, yeah,
you want
fucking
Tigers
right.
to
I
win.
want Tigers to win. I just don't see it happening.
Mark
But I
my
hope
words.
I'm wrong, honestly.
Tigers will win tomorrow.
Dewey hat trick.
I hope
Put
I'm
your
yes,
house on it.
please.
Dewey hat trick.
Put
we
your
hat-trick?
house on it.
Hodgson hat trick. Who? Travojevic injury? Yeah, he came off and then came back on. All right,
Anyway.
so that's the NRL wrap up with a prediction. So you're going Tigers?
Yeah.
Tigers?
I'm tipping Para for the safety.
But
Yeah.
But I'm saying Tigers. Put your house on it.
Oof, but you're not putting your tip on it.
So you and Dewey putting it, telling you all.
He
Yeah,
won't put
what
his
do I
tip
have-
on it, but instead of
what do
people
I
put
have
their
to
house on it. All right, I think Eels will win, but I hope the Tigers do. All right, so that's the NRL rundown done, the NRL review done, I should say. We move on to the Premier League. All right, so I want to talk about Manchester United first. Okay, this week we had 3 games in the space of 6 days.
Or you have to. You've had so many.
Yeah, we've got to make up a lot of
Yeah,
games.
you had make-up games.
We've got to make up a lot of
You
games.
had to catch up.
If you told me at the beginning of the week, what do you want? How many points do you want from them 3 games? I would have said 7. 7 is a
All
pass.
all three were Premier League.
All 3 Premier League games.
That's tough.
Yeah. I would be like, give me 7 points. If we draw 1, win 2, I'm happy.
3 games in 1 week. Fucking rough.
Yeah, it's rough. We ended up losing 1. We lost to Newcastle, which was the Monday game, the first game of the week, 2-0. Man, we looked rubbish.
United got rattled.
Bro, Newcastle just ran riot. They just
They
outclassed
just
us.
look good overall. Yeah,
Yeah, they're a very good team.
It's a brand new
They're a
team
very
this
good
year.
team, bro. They signed so well. They got the Saudi owners coming in. They didn't go out and buy Mbappe, Haaland.
They spent the money smart.
So
The
smart.
rumors were
Isak.
there. The rumors were there for Mbappe, Haaland,
Yeah, but
and
they
all that.
signed
but
so smart.
With oil money
The
comes
signing of
rumors.
Isak,
That's
even
it,
their
last
manager, Eddie Howe. What a coach! He's such a good manager, and they signed him and cheap. He got sacked from Bournemouth. Bournemouth got relegated straight after. All right, so they picked him up. Their centre backs. They have the best defense in the league this year. They signed so smart.
Well, that's what you have to do. When you have money coming in, you can't just go splurge.
Yeah.
You got to fucking use it
When-
wisely.
when
And they
City,
did.
When City got bought by the thing, the first player they bought in was Robinho.
Yeah.
They went through money at him. I think he lasted 1 season. They said, bro, see you later.
But
That's
no,
the problem.
You look at Chelsea.
Yeah, thank you.
All their money. What are they coming? 11th, I think.
Yeah, 11.
Or they're going up
I
now.
think they
They're around there. They're around
We're
11th.
talking about that later, but yeah.
Paul Potter.
Yeah, man. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Poor Potter.
We gave him the curse, bro. But I'm not in. All right, so, yeah, so we
Hey, you know
played.
what we need to do? We need to... What's that word? What's that thing when you say players are really good and they stuff up the next game?
Oh, what, so give him a curse?
Not curse. What's another...
What,
Jinx?
Jinx them?
Jinx it. I think we talk shit about our teams this week on the podcast.
Yeah, again? Bulldogs are shit. They'll never win a game. Manchester United are going to get relegated.
You heard it here first.
All right. Anyway, yeah, so Newcastle we lost, and we played Brentford, 1-0 win. Marcus Rashford again stepping up, and then 2-0 win against Everton.
Losing Rashford.
But we lost Rashford.
That's a big loss.
fucking
Big
huge, man.
loss.
And I'm so lucky. Like, the only other big team we have to come up against in the top 6 is Tottenham, and then the rest we have a pretty easy run home. But,
Like
man,
the person scoring all those goals to get
yeah,
us to
losing
where we are.
Rashford.
Who replaces him?
Well, we've got to see how bad the injury is. It hasn't really come out yet. It'll be Weghorst to play striker, but he's just
His pace is a killer.
his pace.
He's too big.
There's some things he does good, but it's not enough.
It's
He's
going
not
to
a
turn to
Manchester
him
player.
just sitting in the box, give me the ball.
Well, that's
Whereas
that's all he
Rashford's-
can do. He's a big body, bro.
Yeah, but we don't cross.
You can't just over the top of him and expect him
We
to
don't
get
cross.
there.
That's how we play. We play very direct. We don't cross.
Yeah.
And if we had Jose Mourinho's team or Van Gaal's team,
I remember those.
it would have
Yeah.
fit perfectly. We used to play Fellaini at striker.
Remember, there was emergency that one.
Yeah, he was the
were
emergency
losing
player. If
and
we're down
Fellaini
1-0,
go.
Fellaini go play striker.
He scored, didn't
And he
he?
used to score headers. So yeah, but it is bittersweet. We get 6 points from a possible 9.
Nice.
We're sitting in 4th. Newcastle did overtake us. They played as well 3 games in 1 week, and they won every single one.
Newcastle's looking good.
Yeah, they are looking very good. Okay, so yeah, the Newcastle are looking very good. They're probably going to finish 3rd, I reckon, ahead of us. I don't see them dropping off.
I think no, but it's good that whoever's in the top 4 right now will get.
I think, yeah, that top four is
four
done.
is sealed.
Set.
Yeah.
It's sealed,
Set.
yeah.
Yeah, I think top 4's sealed, but yeah, we just got to see how it goes. We also got Champions League starting this Wednesday, which is going to be exciting.
Oh, Bayern Munich.
So that's the thing about City. Why I think Arsenal are going to run away. Well,
Yeah, because they've got to focus on it.
I think it's like one of the
100%.
questions in the
I
Q and A. So watch that video to see our answers of who we think we're going to win the Premier League. So we'll talk about it then. Chelsea lose again 1-0 to Wolves.
Oh, I love it.
It is fantastic, but
What a fucking goal, first of all.
Did you see it?
I saw it, mate.
Mateus
Wow.
Nunes.
Wow.
Wow.
If you have not seen that goal, go watch that goal. It
Well,
was.
We'll have it anyway.
Yeah, we'll see.
it.
Oh yeah, that's right. We'll clip it in. Fucking beautiful, man.
How do you slot that on an angle like that?
Bro, the angle, the technique, he hit it on a half volley.
Hey, as a Chelsea fan, you can't even be mad. Like, just be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
You
Kepa
gotta
could have done
appreciate
it.
Yeah, we're
the
fucked.
beauty.
Bro,
You
hit
gotta
the,
appreciate it.
from that angle to hit it across your body on the half
To the
volley
post as well.
into the post, and bro,
The
It was
what a
front post.
fucking
Look,
goal.
we
But
can all say it's a sexy goal.
it was
Yeah, it was
sexy.
beautiful.
It was sexy. That's what I wake up for every morning.
Good word
See
for it.
shit like that. That's why I watch it. Sorry.
What the
So I
fuck?
got a little excited. Yeah, so, yes, Chelsea, again, losing. I love it. They have mad attacking problems, man. So bringing in Frank Lampard, you think that was going to make a difference. They had him there before. He done nothing. He had less than 50% win ratio. 50% with Chelsea, bro.
And they probably had a better team.
They did have a bit.
They had a way better team.
They still got a good team.
but
Man. The
like-
Chelsea team is good.
Like
No,
Billy
the
said
team's good
before-
now, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
even back then it was good.
Billy has said it before. We've all said it before. You don't bring an ex-player in.
Oh, yeah.
You don't.
It just doesn't work.
It's
Frank Lampard was an amazing
worked.
player.
It's
but
worked. It's worked before. But Frank Lampard,
It's
if
worked,
they're a
yes.
good coach, Pep Guardiola with
I
Barcelona.
personally haven't seen a look.
Pep Guardiola, Barcelona.
It's surely it's worked
It's
somewhere.
different in
but
rugby
9
league
times
and
out of
football.
10.
In rugby league and football, it's different. But it didn't work the first time. What makes you think it's going to work again? I know he's only the caretaker until next year. Apparently, there's talks that they're going to get
bigger thing.
Nagelsmann, the former Bayern Munich coach.
That's
I was hoping
It's alright.
I was hoping they were going to bring him in now. Chelsea go through the next stage of the Champions League. Bayern go to the next stage of the Champions League.
What a
Nagelsmann versus Tuchel.
yeah. First, look,
They just
we'll get rid of
switched.
Cancelo versus Man City first. Then we'll talk about
yeah. But anyway, so they got Frank Lampard back. I don't understand what Chelsea's doing. I don't know what the board's doing. It is a
They're
new
lost.
board.
They're
It's
lost.
not Abramovich. They have no idea.
They're lost.
It's
There's
a
no
new
direction.
board. Yeah, it's a new board. Abramovich, when he was there, man, things like this would never happen under his watch. Never. But yeah, so bro, Chelsea are in a bad spot right now.
Good on them.
Yeah,
Keep it
I love
going.
it. Keep it going, man.
Drop
Let's get
your
them
drop
relegated.
entertainment.
See you later. Keep spending 100 millions on buckets. All right.
Subtles.
Subtle.
Subtles, yeah.
Subtles.
Next game, Man City 4 against Southampton 1. Bro,
Welcome back, Haaland, huh?
did you see the bicycle kick?
It's all the bicycle kick.
Mate,
Fucking hell, bro. That's,
it's Haaland.
You-
It's Haaland team.
It's Haaland things. Yeah.
we watched that game.
Yeah.
The first half, City were the second best team on that.
Yeah, or they scored in the 45th.
In the 45th minute, and it was literally the first chance they had.
Yeah, they had nothing. Before that,
Southampton-
they had nothing.
Southampton
They dominated for a while.
had so many opportunities in that first half, but because they're coming last, man, right? Because they don't know, they couldn't believe how many times they were 1-on-1 with the keeper. They couldn't believe it. They didn't know what to do.
flustered against a City side like that.
Yeah, they didn't know. They did not know what to do. Honestly, they'd get 1-on-1. His last touch will be heavy. Edison will get it. But man, you give Haaland one chance. You give De Bruyne this much space.
Yeah,
Right, they'll
I'm
make
actually
you fucking
over
pay.
De Bruyne. Like, fuck him off, honestly.
City just doing City team.
He
Bro, but
does
De
my
Bruyne-
head in.
De Bruyne, the first half, I was looking at him. Even Khay was going, bro, what a fucking shit cunt.
Yeah,
Fucking do something.
he had a shocker, but at least he came out. They all came out in the
Once
same.
he
You
turns
give him
up,
this
it's once he
much
turns
space.
up.
You give him this
Yeah.
much space. It's the smallest opportunity. You crack the door open for you. He'll rack it open and steal everything in your house and leave. You won't know what the fuck just
He
hit you
might
up.
have a bad 45 minutes, but he's never going to have a bad 90 minutes.
Yeah, he's just
Never
a
gonna
freak.
happen.
man.
Yeah,
He's
like
a
you said.
freaking Haaland.
You give him that, just a little bit.
He'll take everything.
He'll take it.
He'll take everything.
Bang, 1-0, 2-0. It'll just stop.
Yeah, and then the Haaland, man, the smallest opportunity. The ball, I don't know who crossed it in for him for the bicycle kick. Was fucking terrible. It was so far behind him,
That's what it was.
and he still
Wasn't that
somehow.
Grealish?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Grealish.
Grealish, yeah, he was going through.
It was
yeah.
Grealish. But the way he was running, had to turn mid-run and just literally swung his foot at it. It didn't even look like a non-bicycle kick where they set themselves up and kick it. No, he was mid-run and went, oh, fuck, this is going behind me. Swung his foot at it.
Fuck, he's a long cunt.
He looks
Yeah,
like
he's
doing
very
these-
long, bro.
He
Turn
looks
around
like,
and just smack
That's
it.
very long.
he looks like he's doing these things for fun.
Yeah,
He's just going out there. And
He's just a
enjoying
goal
himself.
scorer. Just a goal
He's a
scorer.
freak goal
It's
scorer,
natural.
man. As a number 9, he's a freak finisher. His positioning, even his positioning for that first goal, bro, got himself in the perfect spot in between the two defenders. Bang, header, 1-0.
Bayern are going to have a good time with him, I reckon.
That's going to be such a good game.
What a game. This Wednesday, right?
This Wednesday. We've got to watch it together. It's going to be a cracker game.
So what time does it start before I say?
5 o'clock?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, 5 a.m. So you'll be all right for work. All right, and then the next one, I've got to talk about this. Aston
5
Villa. Aston Villa.
Yeah.
They were in a relegation battle towards the beginning of the season, and they sacked my good friend last week. If you watched the Q&A, was it in the Q&A?
I think so.
No, I think we spoke about it.
In the
Yeah,
podcast
yeah,
last
podcast,
week. In the
yeah.
podcast, my good friend Steven Gerrard, when they sacked that scumbag, they bring in Unai Emery.
Don't call him a scumbag when you're calling him, oh, daddy, or what are you
Yeah,
trying
but
to
he's
show
not
me?
daddy now.
Daddy.
All right,
I'm daddy.
daddy's over here. Yeah, all right. Anyway, so they sack him, bring in Unai Emery, the former Arsenal coach, and he's done wonders. They went from literally near the relegation drop zone to fighting for a European spot.
What does that go back to? You don't bring in former players.
Yeah, but he never played.
No, he doesn't
But
have to play
they're-
for the
most
club.
of them are all former players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
can-
they played in a different era. The old heads are different to this day and age.
But no, Unai Emery played before that.
No, I'm talking about
You're
like
saying that the game's changed compared
Yeah.
to when they were playing.
yeah.
Oh, yes. But no, that's the thing. But Steven Gerrard, again, what we said last week about Potter, right? He went from Brighton, who's a smaller team, way smaller than Chelsea, bang, straight into the big leagues.
Yeah, you can't.
Steven Gerrard wasn't even in the Premier League. He went coached Rangers. We get big club in Scotland. Okay, a lot of history.
Not around the world, man.
A lot of history, even around the world. A lot of people know him. But the thing is, they don't have the competition that they do week in, week out, like they do in the Premier League. Comes to Villa, started off really well. I think he one of his first games he managed. Villa beat us. Villa beat United.
Yeah.
Where Coutinho scored in his first game back.
Yeah, I remember that one.
He was managing that game. So they bring him straight into Villa, and it was too much of a jump. Now they bring in Unai Emery, who managed Arsenal, put him in Aston Villa. They are fighting to make the Europa League, and I swear I really hope they do.
Yeah, it'll be
course.
good.
I really hope
It'd
they
be
do.
A team like that to
entertaining.
make
Yeah.
it.
And I'd love to see Unai Emery. I mean, what's his name? Sorry, Emi Martinez playing.
Oh,
Playing
fuck
in
him.
Europe.
I can't. He's a dickhead, bro.
I
can't do
love
this
him.
guy,
We
bro.
spoke last week about him. I love him.
If I go on this rant every week, it just doesn't work.
And, all right, no, but so yeah, Villa, they're playing very well football. They're trying to make them European Cup competition
It'll be good to
places.
see him there.
I'd love to see it, man. It'll be very good. And they are a team in the back in the day, before our days, man, before BM Jiddi, as you say. They won the Champions League back in the day. They won the European Cup then. So it'll be good to see them back there. All right, we'll move on. Real Madrid, Barcelona. All right, 4-0.
Oh,
Benzema hat-trick.
Benzema.
The Benzema of last season's coming
Yes,
out.
Benzema. He
Oh,
decided
about
to make
time.
an appearance.
They've had how many
Yeah.
times have they missed each other this
They-
season?
that was their
That's the
fourth
fourth.
game.
And they won one.
And that's their first win. Okay, but it was in the Copa del Rey, so Barcelona, the only thing they have left to win is the title, is the league, which they probably
should
are.
win.
They
They
should.
should win it, yeah.
From this point in, they should win the league. But yeah, so Benzema comes out and absolutely destroys them.
Yeah, so
Vinny scores the other goal.
Hey, Benzema pops off for the big games, you know.
He's a
like,
big game player, man.
in the league, yeah, he's not popping off.
He's
But
a
when it
big
comes to
game
Copa
player.
del Rey,
But they're
Champions
coming
League,
down off such a high from winning that Champions League.
yeah,
It was very hard for them to pick up again. But
they'll lose the league, but they'll pick up everywhere else. So
yeah, they're still in the Champions
Oh,
League.
and hope
They're
that
still in the
is.
Champions League, popping off in the Champions League, and they
Who
still
do they
are.
got? I think they got Chelsea.
Yes, they got Chelsea in the Champions League, and they've got
They should be
they've
Chelsea,
got the Copa del Rey still to play for. And now, so that was early in the week, and then their league game was against Villarreal. They lost 3-2.
And they lost. Like, see, that's
Okay,
what I
but the
mean.
big thing out of that game wasn't the loss. The big thing out of that game was Valverde. Now, reports on what happened was, so there was a tackle made on the field, and one of the players told Valverde something along the lines of, after like this towards the end of the game, keep crying, just like you were crying when you lost your baby, so and so and so
I
and
read
so.
that somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, something along those lines. All right. He spoke about a time where Valverde, early in the year,
And a miscarriage.
his wife had a miscarriage, and he brought it up while they were playing sport. Valverde told him then and there, I'm going to be waiting for you in the car park. And that player, I forgot his name, he walked out, and Valverde was waiting for him, and he apparently unlocked
Can I just say,
unhooked
I'll
the-
give props to Valverde.
Well, he had a swag.
Yeah, he had a
put
crack. He
put one on
hit
his
him.
chin. Put
Hit
one on
him.
his chin.
And that guy went running straight to security, and the coppers full made a report, and now they're looking at criminal, pressing charges
But
against him.
I give props to Valverde for waiting to the car park. If that was me, I'm putting one on his chin on the field.
Yeah.
What sort of disrespect is that,
No,
bro?
look,
That's
You're playing
like-
professional
we're
football.
talking hot-headed. He needs to be professional because now look what he's copped.
So what? He's copping it either way.
Bro, you can't say that. There's a
Yeah, but-
line.
yeah,
There's
but
a line.
you- and-
Even what happens on the field stays on the field. Not that, bro.
There's
Yeah, but
sportsmanship
but
when you play sport.
But
bro.
instead of doing what he did, why didn't he just take it higher up and not touch him? Because now he looks like a dickhead now.
But how
He's
bad?
getting
What
charged.
would you have done?
Me, I'm a different story.
No,
but
what you have
what
done?
someone should have done, I'm saying.
Yeah, what someone should have done.
Should have done. We all
Me, I'm
talk about-
headbutting someone on the field.
Yeah, that's-
Us
we're
three can
killing
all
someone.
talk about what people should have done, but what we would have done
Oh, yeah.
would have been completely
it's a
different.
smack on the field.
He's getting belted there and then. I'm not.
Miscarriage as well.
I'm wearing studs, bro. I'm putting them straight through his head. Honest to God.
That's a line you
Honest
don't
to
cross,
God.
bro. You have
I know,
sportsmanship. You fucking respect the
And
players.
like what happens on the
Yeah,
field
but
stays on the
now,
field.
but now what's
bullshit.
going to happen to him now? If things go...
Nothing, bro. They're
I
professional
don't know,
athletes.
they'll
It's
probably
going to get
drop
dropped.
it. They'll probably drop it.
Professional
but
athletes, nothing happens to them.
It was
they're
fucking. He
protected
came
species.
out. He came out and said, "I said nothing." The Villarreal player said,
See?
I said nothing like that."
Yeah, I didn't put one on his chin.
Yeah, yeah.
It's camera.
All right, but yeah. So that's the big story out of that game. So Valverde is looking at some, and he's a big part of that Real Madrid team.
Yeah,
man.
hopefully nothing happens.
I
They
hope
need him.
nothing
They need him
happens.
for everything.
For everything
yeah.
that's doing, like the both the Champions League and
Big
the
shame,
Copa
big
del Rey.
shame, yeah.
He's massive, but that was a huge breaking story that unfolded during the week. Now, okay, that's the football done. We are up to the UFC 287.
What a fight.
The main event was Adesanya and Pereira. We'll talk about that. We'll start through the card. We'll move up. The main event of the prelims had Kelvin Gastelum and he fought Chris Curtis. Now this was the main. This was the fight of the night.
Yeah.
If you have not seen it, do yourself a favor. Okay, if you have KO, it's for free. Do yourself a favor. Go watch that fight. What a fight, barnstormer, man.
Very entertaining.
Bro, they just stood there, and I love Gastelum, and just
Hands down and go.
and they just brawled, man. They just brawled, and what a fucking
Well,
fight.
Gastelum's always been a brawler. Bro.
Yeah, like, and
He's always
Gastelum's the
been a
type of
brawler.
guy, bro. I think it's the Mexican genetics in him, man.
Yeah.
Them Mexicans, when it comes to a fight, they love to fight. Calvin Gastelum started that fight calm, cool, collected, bang, bang, picking his shots, faking a takedown, feints. As soon as he got cracked,
That's he just
bro,
dropped his
it
hands.
was over. Haymakers. He's like, you're going to hit me that hard, I'm going to hit you twice as hard.
Yeah.
And they just kept went back and forth. What a fucking fight. Gastelum got the unanimous decision victory.
What a good
Man,
fight.
what a performer. In a fight like that, there's no loser because now I know how good Chris Curtis is.
To stand and brawl with Gastelum.
And last in 15 minutes, man. And at one point he had Gastelum hurt. Same way, Gastelum had him hurt. It was a very, very entertaining fight.
I love this.
And then we
fights,
moved
man.
on to
I love him.
yeah, we move into the main card. Started off with Raul Rojas, and he took on Christian Rodriguez.
I think Rojas is just still too young, man.
He's very young.
Still
He's
too young.
How many fights does he have now?
Second.
That was, no.
That's second in the UFC.
That's in UFC, yeah.
Yeah, so this was his 8th, and it's his first loss. So a lot of hype got stopped, but he is 18.
He is.
He's
Very-
a long
he's a-
career.
he's a
Very long
baby.
career.
And in that first round, he took it to Christian Rodriguez and tried so hard to get that finish. As soon as second round started, you can tell he was
gassed,
gassed. Like he was done. And Christian Rodriguez, he's 7-1 too. Another young guy, another young prospect. He's 7-1. It's not something you just snare at and go, it's nothing. He's going to mop him easy. And I thought Rojas was going to get the win.
Why do you think that? Because
I
his
didn't think
opponent only has like a 52% takedown defense.
Yeah, very low takedown defense. I think his one loss was submission, and Rojas has a
Very good on the ground.
crazy ground game, right? I did not think he was going to come out and go that hard, push that hard for the finish that early. He just gassed him, and man, he was, the scary thing about it was, I haven't seen Christian Rodriguez fight before, all right? He was so calm.
But that's the young head.
Did you watch the fight? Yeah.
That's the young head on Rojas. He's young. He's young. He's hungry. He wants to go out there and
Yeah,
you
but
got
Christian
to have a
Rodriguez, I
calm
think he's
fight.
22,
Look,
23.
it's an early
He's
lesson.
young as well,
it's
man.
a very early
Yeah,
lesson.
it's
That's
good to
what
have
it
it
is,
now.
Yeah, that's it. You learn now.
Yeah.
In the future.
He'll
It
take
won't
it down.
happen again.
Take
It
it
won't
down.
happen because
Right,
Christian Rodriguez showed him how to do it. But he took him down, got the body lock on him, had his back, controlling him. He'd go for the sub, realized he didn't have it. He'd let go, start working his hands. Man, he put on a clinic against a young guy who, like you said, he's going to take so much out of that
He
loss.
taught him a lesson. So
Yeah,
good.
he's going to take so much out of it.
5 years experience is a big it's a big. Chunk.
Yeah. He's
It's
been
a big
training.
chunk.
He's been training it longer. He's probably grappled longer. He's done everything longer. So, but it is a lesson that I think Raul Rojas is good to have early on in your career. A lot of fighters say we didn't realize our potential until we lost. GSP says it.
Yeah.
GSP says if I never lost to Matt Serra, I would have never got to the point that I got to in my career. So he lost, but there's a lot of good things that comes
It's
to
a
that.
learning curve.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so the next fight after that was Kevin Holland for fighting Santiago Ponzinibbio. But Kevin Holland, it was a very good fight back and forth, but Kevin Holland looked so good until he uncorked this left hook on Santiago's poor head.
Folded him
Bro, he folded him like a lawn chair, bro. It was not,
like a lawn chair.
not normal. Not normal how
On his
he
knees,
hit
bro,
him
on his
so
knees.
hard. Bro,
Killed him. Literally killed him.
bro, it
Had him
was...
headbutting the floor.
I swear to God. Had him kissing the floor. It was it's such a good knockout. Kevin Holland, he's up and down, man. We've seen him fight. We've seen him take on when he finally got a big chance against Kamzat.
Yeah.
He just got mauled.
Everyone gets mauled against Cam.
Mauled. But I do believe after the fight, he called out Jorge Masvidal, who I'll get to. All right.
Can't stand that guy.
Yeah.
Can't
Anyway, we'll
stand
get to
him.
Jorge Masvidal. He called him out. That, in my opinion, that's Holland's level, and that's Masvidal's level. That's their ceiling right there. They're there to entertain. That's it. You'll never win a title. You'll never do anything like that.
Masvidal loses that fight.
We'll get to Masvidal.
We all want that to happen.
Okay, we'll get
Whether it will happen or
We'll
not.
talk about Masvidal. So yeah, so Kevin Holland, absolutely, man. It was such a good knockout. If you haven't seen it, go watch that knockout. Okay, I don't think we can put it as a clip because we will get flagged for it. So
You reckon is that bad?
yeah, the UFC very rough on it.
Okay.
Very rough on it.
So just watch it. That's it.
Go watch it. You'll find it somewhere. Go watch it. What a knockout. All right. So, fight after that, Rob Font takes on Adrian Yanez. Adrian Yanez comes into this fight with a lot of hype. He's ranked, I think he was ranked 11th or 15th, somewhere between there. Rob Font ranked top 6. Okay, and Rob Font, the only reason he accepted that fight was he said, when I was in his position,
no one bigger than him would give him a chance.
Mariah's done.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he goes, I gave him a chance and he beat Mariah's and that's why he got up there. And he said, that's why I'm giving him a chance. And he was a favourite, Adrian Yanez, but Rob Font, man, you can't teach experience. Experience is something that you literally cannot buy.
Another knockout.
It was a beautiful knockout, man. It was so... Yanez's striking is unbelievable. Such a good striker. I thought Rob Font had to fight on the outside, try to be smart, and I thought Rob Font was going to get a unanimous decision victory. But...
Is it because of his age?
Not even his age, but I just think Yanez is young and he's a lot more explosive.
How old is Yanez?
Strike is pretty good. I think he's 29. But Rob Font, man, the Cuban, just showing his roots, man. They know how to fight those
Cubans
South Americans and Central Americans, bro.
Crazy.
Bro, he was unloading combos in and out. It was beautiful. And then he hit him with a beautiful right hand out cold. Bro, it was beautiful. It was such a good fight, man. It was such a good card of fights, honestly.
It was
such a good fight card.
It was a good fight card.
It was very good. Yeah.
Usually, fight cards that are outside of Australia are usually pretty decent.
That is
we
true.
only get shafted with the shit fight
No,
cards.
you're not saying that. UFC Bisping, the fight night with Bisping and Rockhold, that's to this day. Oh no, I think one equaled it, but it was the first ever card to have only stoppages in it.
Yeah, but big names.
Yeah, Bisping and Rockhold, but everyone else was.
Yeah.
So Rob Font gets the job done against Adrian Yanez, man. Beautiful fight. And then after that, my lock for this fight card, this whole fight card, the one that I was sure 100%, was Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal.
I think everyone was sure on this fight.
I was hoping Burns would
Except
knock
for
him
one
out.
person, and you know who you are.
Yeah.
Who was it? I wasn't.
It's the UFC expert,
Oh,
Khaled. Talking to you.
wish you could drop last names, bro.
No, just Khaled. That's too
No,
much. That's too much respect if we drop.
I
his
really
last
wanted
name.
Burns to knock him out.
Yeah.
I can't stand
He
Vidal.
got close.
I can't stand
He
him.
got close to knocking him out. He rocked him a few times.
Yeah, he
mauled
I
him.
feel like if he pushed for it, he could have got it.
Yes.
But
That was the difference between that fight and the last fight.
yeah,
That was the only difference.
and the main event, yeah, that's the difference.
I
So
really loved how shit Masvidal's ground game was.
He's
Yeah,
never
but-
around.
No, but the way he was dominated, I just loved it.
listen,
it's good to see him
Masvidal is fun to watch, right? He's a stand-up guy, who, like not as in he's a nice guy,
He's too cocky.
stand-up
Too
fighter, not a stand-up guy. Anyway, so very good on the feet, very fun to watch. But man, he got absolutely mopped on the feet, on the ground, wherever it went. Burns, there's levels in the fight game. There are levels, and Burns is just a level above him.
100%. And
Yeah.
he showed that tonight.
Yeah,
But with respect to Masvidal, he's been in the game for a long time and he did retire.
he did retire. He put the gloves down. That's why I would have loved to see him versus Holland, but he did say after the fight that was his last
He put the
fight.
gloves down.
But
So we do respect his career.
man, he had a great career.
He
Had a great career with great moments. All right, one of the first ever reverse triangles I ever seen in my life. He was on the receiving end of
One
it.
of the quickest knockouts in UFC history.
The quickest.
The quickest.
The quickest. So he'll always be in the record books. As much as, I had nothing against him. Like, there are fighters who I have something against. Like Conor McGregor, I can't stand him. Masvidal, I have nothing against him, right? But
He's an
for the-
entertainer.
He's an entertainer, man, for the career he had, for all the memories he gave us, for his skill on the mic. He gave us some cracker laughs. For all of that, I'd like to say thank you for honestly giving us such a great career to watch.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But again, I think that was his ceiling.
And look, to have a career like that, you go out there and you're getting punched in the head for a career.
Yeah.
And to entertain people,
gotta respect it.
you got to respect.
You got to respect it. So Jorge Masvidal, congratulations on a beautiful career. He reached levels that 90% of MMA fighters don't.
Just
You gotta
because we
respect
were
it.
happy that he lost doesn't mean we hate him.
No, of course not.
I enjoyed him before, but just
Yeah.
then when the cockiness came too much, I was like, nah.
I liked it, but he was a level below where it just burnt me how hard the UFC pushed him. For Jorge Masvidal to get 2 title shots should have never happened.
Yeah.
Should have never
There was
happened.
others deserving, but
100%. But yeah, again, congratulations on a great career. And then we'll move on to the Adesanya versus Pereira fight. So Adesanya, this was his last chance to get Pereira.
Yeah.
This was their 4th fight, 3 fights in 2 different sports, and he lost every single one. Once in MMA by TKO, once in kickboxing K1 by knockout,
And
once
then UFC.
and once by I already said the UFC one, and once unanimous decision in K1.
Yeah.
This was their 4th fight. Not a lot of fighters get 4 chances to beat one guy.
And it wasn't it was a stretch. I love Pereira. I hate Adesanya.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
Shout out that dog collar thing, man.
Oh, who does he think he is?
I think that pushed me over the line. That's
Bro,
I'm ready to unleash the dog. All right. You're happy to call yourself a dog?
Yeah, I can't stand him. I can't stand him. He talks so much shit. And it's not even funny. It's not even good shit. Like Conor McGregor, when he talks shit, you go, bro, that was really good.
Again, Adesanya is an amazing entertainer. He's an asshole.
He's just a prick. I don't like him personally. I don't. His personality just doesn't sit well right with me, and doesn't sit well with a lot of people because he talks all this game, yet counter strikes. He'll never be the one to throw, and that's where the Pereira fucked up.
Yes, that you've seen it firsthand in that fight.
Yeah,
he
Pereira first round. I think Pereira won.
Yeah, it was a quiet round.
Yeah, but it was very close. So it was back and forth. But I think Pereira won. Second round, I think Pereira was winning.
Came out dominating him.
Yeah. And then when as soon as Adesanya got up against the cage and put his hands up, Pereira just got this...
He thought he clipped him and he just started unleashing.
Started unleashing and
he had his hands nowhere near his face as well.
Yeah, no, he was throwing.
Yeah,
he was just throwing.
Bro, knees, he was throwing punches and then out of nowhere, overhand right.
Adesanya's counter striking is just
he's so fast. You got to give that to him. His striking, it's so fucking quick. Bro, you blink, you miss that knockout.
He can throw a punch and a head kick and you'll miss them both in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's so fast. Overhand right, on the button, rocks him, and then the exact same punch. Exact same punch, overhand right.
You're right of how quick it was. When he did it, I didn't think he rocked him.
Yeah.
That's how quick. And then he threw another one and he was gone. That's it.
Yeah.
He's very,
what the
very
fuck
fast.
happened?
Slept him.
He's very, very fast. Man, he...
Spewing.
2 punches like that, out cold Adesanya and new regains his title as
Still
much
got to give him credit.
as much as I hate him. That's what I was gonna say. As much as I was gonna hate him, that knockout was fucking beautiful. One thing I am gonna give him the shit talking. How good was his celebration?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh,
it was more of a dig at
yeah, but
he took a dig at his son.
Pereira done it. What did he do his son?
The one where he ran and just dropped dead.
He dropped dead in front of his son like, I knocked your dad out.
But relax.
But yeah, wasn't it aimed at him? There's no way it's aimed at his son.
It was
because his son did
because
it.
the last fight where Pereira beat him, his son came into the octagon and laid down next to him.
He even pointed at his son.
What a fucking prick. Who does that, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
But he came out and said, look, I'm a pity person.
Yeah.
And I done it. Yes, I done it. I'm pity.
I can't stand him, bro. Anyway, but still, the celebration was cold, man. The arrows.
Yeah.
Because Pereira, that's his interesting, man. He points at his opponent while he's walking in and he shoots the arrow. He shot 3 arrows at him. 3 arrows signifying the 3 times he couldn't beat him and he finally got it done. So Adesanya wins by KO.
There'll be a trilogy coming, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so,
I want to see it, but it won't happen.
Not now. No? Don't do it now. Nah. I want to, bro, after Ramadan when Kamzat comes back, I want to see Kamzat either fight, help me out here, Leon Edwards or give him Pereira. Adesanya.
I don't think he can handle Adesanya.
I think he can.
Only if he takes him to the ground.
Which he will.
But Kamzat's cocky.
No.
He's
There's
now
no way
trying
he'll
to
stand with
him,
him,
bro.
There's no way he'll
He
stand
did it with Burns.
Yeah, but come on, man. Adesanya, that's levels.
It is.
But I want to say, I honestly think it's time for him to get a title fight, man.
He deserves it.
It's time for him to get a title fight. I want to see him fight one of them. I hope it's Edwards because that's his weight division. But the UFC live in some fucking weird world where they
give it to Colby.
Colby versus Edwards is the fight to make.
But I would like to see Kamzat rip Colby's head off.
Make that fight and then the winner gets the title.
That's it.
Bro, how are you going to give Colby that fight? How are you going to give Colby that fight?
Dana likes to suck certain people.
Looks like certain dick he does.
He pushes people a bit too much.
Didn't want to say it, yeah, but he blows.
But as much as I love him and as much as he's done for the sport, bro, right now it's literally all, where can I make the most money?
Yeah. Well, it is his career at the end of the day. That's what he does for work, and you got to chase that paper.
Yeah, that's true, man. But anyway, that's just my little thing of it. But I don't want him to make. The thing is, I'd love to see, because Kamzat will be a future champion. Inshallah, he'll be a future champion. I want to see him fight Rakhmonov for a title. That's the fight to make. You want to make money? You're thinking money? You got to build that fight from now.
What a crazy fight.
That's the fight to make, man.
They're both well-rounded.
Yeah, but you know where it's heading now is? It's heading now to the point where it's going to be Rakhmonov versus Kamzat as a number 1 contender title fight. The winner gets the title fight. You can't do that, man.
No, you can't.
Make it a title fight.
Yeah.
Make it in Russia, make it in Dubai. It will sell out.
Oh yeah, especially in Dubai. Any, you know what? Anywhere would sell out. What a fight!
But make it there, bro. What a fight! So that is
That's
it.
the
That's
wrap-up.
that's the wrap up for the sport this week. A lot to talk about, a lot to get through. It was a very, very fun week of sport. The only thing that really pissed me off was all three of our teams lost. We sat here last week, all three of our teams winning.
They did.
We're
Wow.
over the moon.
Well, that's what I was telling you. Last week, 3 of our teams won and 1 of them lost. Now 3 of our teams lost. 1 of them will win tomorrow.
Who, the Tigers?
Yep.
Yeah, come on, I don't think
You
so.
heard it here first. That's
Yeah,
it.
we'll see, we'll see. All right,
I've
so
lost everything this week, bro.
thank you for joining us again. All our socials are in the description below. Go through, follow, like, whatever. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't subscribed already, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Guys.